So welcome to today's practice. And today's practice is on finding space and freedom. So I invite you to be comfortable wherever you are. I invite you to start taking in a few deep breaths. Letting it go. Few deep breaths. Let it go. One more in your own time. Check in with yourself and see how you're doing right now. Just tune in, just notice, ask yourself the question, what's it like to be me right now? How do I feel? How's my mind? How are my emotions? What's it like in there? What's the weather like? And just see what comes up. Let's see it with curiosity, kindness, rather than judgment or evaluation. Just whatever is here is here. No one is going to ask you what. So what's it really like to be you right now? At the same time, whatever it is like, let that be now completely okay. So if you're feeling great, that's okay. If you're feeling awful, that's okay. Just let it be fine. So this is a kind of non-judgmental awareness about your own being, and just tune into that and feel it clearly, directly, honestly. Most of the time we are so caught up in what we are doing that we are not just taking time to ask ourselves what it's like to be you right now, and then letting things be as it is. Often, if we notice that what it's like to be ourselves, we then immediately want to change it. So if we feel sad, we want to be happy. If we are happy, we want to be more happy. If we feel frustrated, we want a solution. So this is the opposite of that. We are immediately totally accepting it. Whereas just imagine yourself to be meditating as if you are the sky. You're just a wide, open, clear blue sky. And imagine, how does the sky meditate? However you imagine the sky to meditate, just bring that visual into your mind. Or we can imagine that it's pretty open, very spacious, very clear, or maybe even very bright. So just see if you can tune into a sense of real openness and spaciousness. We are not narrowing our attention. The sky does not narrow down, and our minds keep wandering. So just simply noticing where your mind is right now and bringing it back to this practice, invoking relaxation, knowing that the sky is also beautiful. So see if there is a quality of beauty within this meditation, and just rest as this openness. If you notice your mind coming up with thoughts about the practice, The minute or the second you notice that, just return to this openness and just relax. And the mind starts to come up with something else, thoughts, feelings, emotions. And just notice that, just let it naturally relax, wide open, and just rest in that place of wide openness and spaciousness. And just to be clear, we don't have to do anything to make it open or somehow cultivate it. It's naturally like that. So when we don't fixate on our mind, openness and spaciousness just is there. This grabbing on to something, that's the effort, that's the tightness, that's the doing. So when we let go or when we let be, we notice that any of that which is happening, we just relax and just sit with it that for a moment. And that brings in the spaciousness. So with the awareness wide open, notice the breath, wave rising and falling within awareness. So we are not narrowly attending to the breath, our nose or something like that. We are just staying present in this openness. And just like you can hear the train outside, you're just noticing the sensations of this breath, like you have done a million times before. This one is new. This one is different. And yet, there is nothing special about it. Will the breath be a kind of anchor or a kind of home base for a while? As you just rest in this wide openness, noticing the breath rising and falling. It's just rising and falling, and that's the kind of our grounded center. And whenever we notice our mind has gone for a walk, simply bringing it back to the breath. Vast, open awareness, rising and falling wave of breath. And it's going on just in the background. Because awareness is wide, this is all something we notice. Allow your face muscles to relax. Let your natural expression, without effort, what does it look like? Your jaw can loosen to the point where upper and lower teeth are not touching. You can let your neck relax and release any nervousness or tension within that region. And relax your throat open a little bit. And just notice how even that little bit of relaxation allows even more of a sense of spaciousness and ease and rest. We don't have to keep our face and throat all tight. It can just be open, it can be easy, it can be just gentle. So continue to just know and falling of the breath wave. Allowing your shoulders to release and relax and let go. And let your arms and hands be as loose as as loose as strings, completely without tension, not even a residual background tension. They just go limp. And again, with your face relaxed and your throat and neck relaxed and your shoulders a little bit more relaxed and your arms all loose, notice how that just brings on a much more profound sense of ease and openness. And it allows you to just drop now into a much more relaxed space of joyful, loving awareness. We're just sitting, standing, walking, however you are here. It doesn't have to be that hard. It is not that hard. Don't notice any tension in your upper back, upper chest. Just relax just as much as you can. Let your heart notice anything and soften everything. Is open and just melting. If you feel like you are or holding yourself back, just completely give yourself to yourself. You notice how this experience and let your heart feel like it's melting and it's open and maybe a little bit tender and sensitive. And if it's available to you, let your diaphragm relax. Notice the breath waves slowing down, getting much deeper as we get more and more relaxed. And in the vast space of the sky of the mind, allow the belly to go. Let it be. Let it be. It can be a place where there is a lot of holding on to, especially with societal pressures. There is always this constant tightness of the belly. Just relax. It's okay. You're beautiful. Let the belly release itself. Release all that tension in your belly. Just, there is so much. Let it go. Let it be. Let it open fully. Loose belly. There you go. Just opening the belly up just a little bit by little bit. Let that breath go into this open belly without you needing to do anything. Let the rise and fall of the breath open your belly even more. Similar in the back. Just let that open, unfold like an accordion as the breath wave rises and falls absolutely naturally, effortlessly in the body. And notice even more of a sense of relaxation and openness rising into the sky of the mind. Even if some things are tense, just notice the openness. Notice the relaxation. Let that be very foreground. We are not fighting with the tension that can be there, but we are just noticing the relaxation, noticing the openness. So now let the pelvic region relax and release, and the hips and the hip joints, and allow the legs and feet to be just as limp as wet noodles, utterly, completely, totally relaxed. And you'll notice as you do that, just like your hands did, maybe your feet warm up a little bit because you bring relaxation. The muscles, the blood flow increases. They might be even tingling. So because you're so relaxed, you would feel some tingliness in your feet and hands. And maybe even in your lips. That's pleasant. Because your face and head and neck and shoulders and arms and hands are relaxed. And your torso and belly are all relaxed. Your pelvic region, your legs and feet are all relaxed. Just let this relaxation permeate your whole being, bringing you now because it feels so nice, so open, so free. Allow yourself to just relax even more completely, even more totally, even more profoundly now. You may notice that the body and mind are not separate. They are one of the same. As your body gets even more relaxed, the mind kind of melts and become even more spacious and openness. So in this practice we found spaciousness and openness. So the mind itself becomes relaxed and open. It's almost like it melts and turns into butter. Instead of mind of a sharp, cold eyes, it's like a stream or mist. Wide awake, wide clear, but very porous and relaxed. Let's just be with this wide open awareness, completely relaxed mind, very deeply relaxed body, and just allow awareness to naturally notice the breath wave coming and going. And if the mind starts to turn to constriction or turn into ice or turn solid, just relax and bring that warmth of the heart, melt it all away and let it be the spacious mind it is. Over and over. Every time the fist tightens around a ball, grabs onto a ball to play with, just relax and let the fist naturally fall open and the ball just drops. So let's do that together for a little while. So there may be, because of our conditioning, a kind of habit of grabbing onto stuff with our mind. But you'll also notice that you don't have to. It's not necessary. So if you notice that the mind grabs onto something, oh, I want to think about yesterday, just relax. Or there is some thoughts about the future, just relax. It's so much easier to just relax and let the thing drift away and the mind come back to this very pleasant, wide openness which is always available. And to anchor it all, the breath. So you feel tired or whatever, maybe you are slipping away, just open your eyes or sit up a little straight. This is not a sleepy meditation. This is more of an active meditation or engaging our minds and body. The sky of the mind is clear and crisp, very awake. You may feel like you are slowing down, but you are not falling asleep. You are wide awake. You are more awake than you are you have ever been. Let your mind return to whatever you believe its rest condition is. So wherever it wants to rest, let it be. And I invite you to explore these questions. And I want you to investigate it directly. These are not intellectual questions. There is no right answer. There is no wrong answer. There is no need for the use of logic, rationality, or even memory for these questions. They are just investigative, opening up questions. It's like the question, is that color green or blue? So look and see. So everybody has a mind. So the first question is, what is the shape of your mind? What comes up? What is the shape? Is it a sphere? Is it a cube? Does it have a shape like a piece of popcorn? Look now directly at your own mind. What is its shape? What is the shape of your mind as you are looking? Does it have one shape or does it keep changing? Is it continuously changing? What's the shape? You've got a mind. It must have a shape, right? What shape is it? And if you decide that it does have a particular shape, look and see if it really is that shape or not. What are you finding? What are you finding? There is no right, wrong answer. It's just an interesting introspection into the nature of our mind. So, if you think you have understood the shape and you notice its features, here's the next question. Where is it located? Where's your mind located? And if you say it's in your head, where in your head? Or if it fills your whole head, is it head-shaped? Where is it located? If it's smaller than your head, is it rolling around in there? Or is it kind of suspended in the middle of the head? If so, what's holding it there? Look. Just search for these questions. Search for the insight they bring. It's your mind. You should know. So I assume you found it by now. You know the exact location of your mind is. Having said that, if you have found it, that's also an interesting question. What's looking at it? So let's keep going. What's the color of your mind? Do you have a color? Is it blue? Is it orange? Maybe you have a different color in mind. What is the color? On pattern. Maybe you have a different pattern. Let me know if you have one of those. But what color is your mind? And what pattern does it have? Look clearly. And let's see what comes up with this question. Is your mind located in one spot and still? You found the location, I presume, but is it still Is it moving around? Is your mind moving or still? It's going to be one or the other, right? I am saying look, but of course you are not using your eyes, so don't try to look for your mind with your eyes and let it not tense. Just let the image come up. This is just awareness, simple awareness. Is it moving or still? Is the mind moving? If it's moving, in what way is it moving? Is it bouncing up and down or back and forth, or maybe wiggling like jello? What it's doing? How it's moving? Just ask these simple questions. Now, hopefully, you've noticed that you can't really answer any of those questions with certainty, because no matter how hard you look, you can't actually find your mind. Let's try something different. I want you to search along the back of your head, feeling the inside of the back of your head. Or if you can't feel that, then the scalp on the outside of the back of your head. Feeling carefully along it until you find a place just below your occiput. Occiput is the curvature. Where there's a hole, feels like there's a hole. And when you find that, I want you to get ready to push your mind out of the hole so awareness goes back off your head. So imagine you're pushing your mind outside your head. Find that hole. And okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yep, push the mind out through that hole. Awareness goes out the back of your head into space. And if it snaps back, just take a breath and extend it out again, out the hole, out into space behind your head, and see if you can relax in such a way that it stays there, so your mind is outside your head. Notice what it's like back there. It's just kind of vastness. It's like the sky. It's like the outer space. It's empty. It's empty. And you have found that stillness. Just want you to imagine that everyone here experiences healing, physical, emotional, spiritual. The greatest amount of healing of every kind that they could possibly. Just allow that wish to rise within you. Everyone here to be utterly, totally, permanently healed in whichever way. It's like a shining wish in the sky of your mind, which is now outside you. Our open heart and our perfectly clear minds, just let that wish shine forth. Because that's a kind of compassion practice. This has been meditation practice on finding spaciousness and freedom within. And let's end the meditation here for now. And I invite you to just simply come back into whatever you are doing, or whatever your next things are, with this opportunity to find spaciousness and openness in every moment. So feel free to move and stretch and re-engage with the rest of the world that is around you. Now you know how spacious your mind can be. Thank you.